Yo, it's Don Celos, and welcome to the Flavor Podcast episode 4. The Flavor Podcast, sit down interviews with people adding their own tastes in their everyday life.
You know.
What's good? It's Don Celos back with another episode of the Flavor Podcast, sit down interviews with people adding their own tastes in their everyday life. Now, in today's episode, I'm sitting here with the boy Third. So, Third, introduce yourself to the people who you are and what you do.
Yo, what's good? I go by the name of Third. I'm an artist out of Lathrop, California. I rep the 209, and I'm mainly a hip-hop artist.
Gang.
Hell yeah. You feel me?
So, right off the bat, bro, how'd you get the name Third?
It's a little long story, but I'll explain it. Back in elementary school, I had a couple homies. Shout out Chance. Shout out my boy Ricky. They gave me this nickname because when you look at my lip, like when I smile, it looked like I got an extra one. You feel me? So like they just started calling me Third Lip, bro, and that just stuck. You feel me? And it just lasted. That was a long lasting ass fucking nickname.
So, did you embrace it at first or nah? Or you wasn't fucking with it?
I wasn't fucking with it at
like
all.
It was clowning you or what?
Yeah, like to be honest with you, like the whole elementary years, like that shit was rough. You feel me? But I mean, just grinded through it, you know.
Did you ever have to catch any fades for it?
Nah, not really. They wasn't really like they was fucking with me, bro. Like it was just kind of like
it's like the homies talking shit.
Lightweight, and then there was some other suckers, but I mean, I'm not really tripping. Like, it wasn't nothing to be mad about.
So what was it that made you want to pursue music?
Honestly, bro, it's just like it's just the feeling of it, like to be able to tell stories and whatnot. Cause I came into this shit wanting to like actually like tell stories top to bottom, not just no fuck shit rap type of thing.
Yeah.
Like I look up to people like Cole and like Kendrick and like Nipsey and shit. So like I was really into the whole storytelling rap. That's what made me really like take it serious.
Do you think there was a specific moment that you thought like music is what I want to do? Or like did it just gradually happen?
Nah, it was like an actual moment because I forgot what concert it was. But before I was rapping, I was really into photography. Like that was my thing. I was doing that shit tough.
Yeah.
And I would link up with like these artists and whatnot, and I'd be shooting backstage, and like just that whole environment of just like music and like being at the shows and seeing all the energy in the crowd and like the energy the artist gives off. Like I fell in love with that shit, you know? Like it was just hella dope seeing that and like the reactions people get. Like cause people like, they really feel music.
Yeah.
And like seeing that shit is just hella dope to me. So I was like, this some shit like, that's me, you know?
What are some of the things that keep you inspired?
Like the people I look up to. And their success stories and just like the whole grind aspect of being
like
an up-and-coming artist.
Like with some of the people and what you've learned from them.
Probably number one would be like Nipsey Hussle. I got put on to him by one of my producers. Shout out James Delgado. Like his shit is dope as fuck. Like he really fucking brought that shit from the ground up. Everything he did, like he really built like a whole bunch of businesses, and just based it off his music. So like I really fucked with that, and the whole aspect of how he did it and whatnot. Really put himself on in like his city and shit.
Hell yeah. So how long have you been doing music now?
Seriously, probably 2.5, 3 years. Like actually putting shit out and like on Apple Music and whatnot. But I've been fucking with music for a minute. Like I said, I was writing music and whatnot in like 7th, 8th grade. Like I got people to vouch for that too. If anybody want to check it. But I was just it was mainly like love songs though. It wasn't really like hip hop shit. Like I was on my, if you want to say simp shit.
You was draking?
Yeah, basically, bro. Because I was listening to a lot of that type of shit back then. Like growing up, like you ask my family members, like I was on my hip hop shit, but I like dudes like fucking Usher, R. Kelly and shit. Like I was slapping that shit tough.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the first like songs and shit?
Like hip hop wise or like the love songs and shit?
Like the throwbacks.
Honestly, nah, but I think I got a notebook at home with some of the writtens, like tucked off in a drawer or something. I'll pull that out one of these days. Show the people.
So what do you hope to accomplish with music?
Honestly, what I want to accomplish with my music is to really just like not necessarily help people. Like I want to help people, but I want to be able to make music that motherfuckers can relate to.
Yeah.
And just like really understand and just like if I make a song and it helps you get through a certain situation, then I did my job. You know, like it don't even really matter if I make it or not. Like I want to make it. That's for me, that's always the goal. But if I can help somebody get through something, or like you feel what I feel in this music shit, and it helps you, then I mean I feel like I got my job done. You know.
What's some of the subjects that you rap about?
Fuck. Mainly just the come up struggles and shit that like normal people go through, like fucking just like real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like fucking stories about shit that I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of love songs too. I'm not gonna lie. Went through a bad breakup. That's what the whole tape was about.
So say there's a person that's hearing this for the first time right now. They're barely getting introduced to you. Like, what's one song?
There's one song that I really fuck with heavy. It's not no banger or nothing, but like it's probably some of the realest shit I wrote. Cause when I wrote it, like I wasn't even aiming to write that.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like it just came to me. The track's called "If I Die." Mm-hmm. I did it like I want to say like a couple months ago or like less than 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But that song, that shit was crazy. I just started writing and it just came out the way it came out, and like that song just goes crazy to me. Like I feel like it really expresses what kind of artist I am and why I got into the music shit.
Yeah. Cause
that song just goes crazy to me.
So as far as music, what's your current thoughts on the current music scene?
I'm not even gonna lie, I ain't a fan of that mumble shit, to be honest with you. Like I don't like any of that shit. It's nothing like I ain't hating or nothing, but like it's just not my taste.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's I'm more on my conscious rap type shit.
Yeah.
Like that. So
you don't listen to any of the current music right now, or what are you slapping? Like what do you slapping the whip?
In the whip though, it's a lot of Nipsey, a lot of Cole, fucking Kendrick. I fuck with G-Eazy too. Like I don't care all the hate that dude got. He
bro,
slapped.
for real.
Yeah, hey, honestly, hey. I be getting that reaction a lot, to be honest, but I fuck with his shit, bro. I fuck with his shit.
Nah, he cool, bro. He cool.
Yeah, but I be slapping hella dudes from the 209 too, though. Like MB Nell go. Who else? Fucking who else I got on that rotation? Devin from Antigua, Devin the Chief go.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking I be slapping my boys too, tough. Like my producer Tommy Holiday, he back there, but he slapped too. CJ go crazy. He just dropped a new thing. And yeah, it's a mixture of a lot of things.
So do you get out and network with people? How do you do as far as promoting your music?
Mainly for the past year, I've been kind of on like drop the music and just kind of let the people soak it in and whatnot. Cause getting into this game, I was never like I've been to shows and whatnot, but that was on my photography shit, so I wasn't like 100% on how to do everything. Like I knew the whole aspect of it, but it was kind of hard for me to understand how to execute it. But like over time, I started like learning and like finding out ways to do it and whatnot.
What's some of the key points that you've learned?
Basically just really just make sure all the shit that you do is real, and like just no bullshit, and be consistent with it. Cause when you're not consistent, like you could fall off. Like that. You know, like people could fuck with you one day and then they gonna forget about you tomorrow. So you gotta really like keep dropping shit.
What would you say is like the biggest moment to date so far that you've done?
That I've done?
Yeah, like that you've accomplished with like music and stuff.
Shit. When I dropped my tape, that was pretty tight. Like I got a good amount of reactions from it. Like being from the town that I'm from. Like it's a small town. You feel me? Like when you hear it later, not a lot of people know about it or whatnot. You feel me? That's the hood. But I don't know. I got a good reaction from that. So like I was pretty happy about that. And to be honest, I feel like I haven't had really my moment yet. Yeah. It's just been on my come up shit. Yeah. But I mean, when that time comes, you know, I'm going to handle it the way I'm going to handle it.
So do you have any passions apart from the music?
I still, like, I really fuck with photography still. Like, I don't really do it no more because got rid of my camera. But, like, other than, like, music, like, I like making movies and shit. Like, not necessarily like whole ass movies. Like I want to do that in the future.
Like editing and stuff.
Yeah, I used to love editing, bro. Like that shit was my way of escaping,
yeah,
you know what I mean, from life and whatnot.
Yeah,
because I be getting in all them videos and just like doing my thing and whatnot. Like I was doing that shit tough. And other than that, that's just yeah, that's about it for me.
So what would you say is the most important element to add your own taste into your music, would you say?
Just really be yourself in your music and like don't front or nothing, because when you front, it's like like people can see the fake.
Yeah.
You know? Like they can see through that shit. And if you ain't really like what you rap about, like that is never gonna work out. You feel me?
Yeah.
Unless you're like a fucking marketing tool for a label or some shit. You know, like that's just gonna work out regardless. But
like who, bro? Drop some names.
If I make it, they gonna come from my top head, bro. But fucking shit. I mean, basically all them mumble rappers, bro.
So like, what's the point that you'll feel like once you reach this point, you'll be successful?
When I got a cool fan base, that's when I feel like I'll be good. You know what I mean? Because if you got a fan base that really, really fucks with you, like you ain't like that's just energy 24/7. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like they gonna cop your shit because they fuck with you. They gonna cop whatever gear you put out. They gonna check out everything that you're associated with. So I feel like if you got a cool fan base, you're already winning. You know what I mean? You're on your way up. So that's the goal right now.
Like, what's one of the most important lessons you've learned so far?
Fuck. Don't fuck with everybody. Not everybody's trying to fuck with you on a cool level.
Yeah.
Just kind of, it's cool to like keep to yourself and whatnot, but like, I mean, it's cool to network and whatnot, but a lot of these people be on some snake shit. So I mean, just do your thing, fuck with people, just, you know, stay in your own lane. Keep doing what you want to do. Don't listen to anybody else.
Like, what's some advice you give to somebody like barely starting out and like anything that they're doing?
Find out if you really want to do that shit. Because if you, whatever you're pursuing or whatnot, if that's just like a phase, then don't even try, bro. Like, if you really want to like do some shit, y'all know if you really want to do it. Because this life is like, I'm not saying I'm going through the worst shit ever, you know what I mean? Because there's plenty of people going through things. But
yeah,
this artist stuff, like the whole aspect of just coming up as an artist, like it's hard, bro. Like you deal with hella like just like backlash and shit from people, and like especially if you're from a small town, like that shit's hard.
Like, what's some of the worst backlash or like downs that you have to deal with?
Just people sleeping on my shit, to be honest, bro. Like, cause it's a lot. Like, I got a lot of people that won't fuck with my shit just off of personal reasons, and I mean, like, I respect that, but it's like, you know, like, it's a lot of on purpose type shit. Cause I know that some of the shit that I drop is dope, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, bro, majority of this shit is dope. I don't give a fuck. Like personally, like when I make that shit, I'm just like, yo, this shit's tight, you know. And it's like, it's just it's a lot of underground hating, like under the wire type shit. So I mean, that's one of the biggest shit that I gotta deal with. But other than that, you know, I just be getting through that shit, putting it out regardless.
So what's some of the things that keep you motivated, like when you're feeling like on your lows?
Mainly like my family, cause I do this shit for them, bro. Like everything I do, all like the goals that I got set and whatnot. That's to give everybody I know, everybody that fucks with me, everybody that put me on and all that shit. Yeah. That's to give them a better life, you know.
How do you feel it is coming from like a smaller town compared to like a bigger city? Do you feel like it's harder or like easier?
Yeah, it's definitely harder. You got your ups and downs and whatnot, cause it's like, when it's a small town, bro, everybody know you know what I mean? So, like, they came from the same spot, and, like, I know y'all hear this all the time, but, like, this shit is real, bro. Like, a lot of people really don't want to see you do better than them. Like, and it's, no matter how hard you work, no matter how real you are with your shit, people going, like, they going to hate regardless because they don't want to see you, like, make it to that point.
Why would you say people do that? What's your, like...
It's like... A lot of people be stuck in this mentality that it's like, bro, if I can't do good or whatever, if I'm struggling with this shit, I don't want to see this fool do good. You know what I mean? And a lot of people be on that shit, so it's like.
So what would you tell people that are dealing with that? You know, like they trying to do something, people hating on them. Like what would you tell them?
You gotta find something for yourself. Like you gotta be happy with your life. You know what I mean? Because if you're not happy with yours, you just gonna hate on the next dude who got a happy life, you know? Like, you gotta find something you're really proud of, find something you really want to pursue. Don't just conform.
Exactly.
Feel me?
So what do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Shit, 5 years, fucking selling out shows, doing hella like tours, dropping mad amount of music, fucking hopefully living in LA or New York. That's the goal. I love New York. That's just dope. LA too. That's
so
crazy.
So you've been to New York, right?
Yeah.
How was New York? Tell the people how New York was.
That shit was wild. I got an older sister. She lives out there, so when I went out there, I stayed with her. But that shit, I went out there to actually record like a specific song. Like I wanted to like a certain vibe and whatnot when I made this song, and like I had it planned out and everything. But it was funny, like I had the whole thing planned out, but I didn't have the song written.
What?
Yeah, bro. Cause I had it all in my head, bro, and then like I wrote the song mobbing around through like fucking Queens, like Bed-Stuy. Like I went to go see the Biggie mural and whatnot, and like watching all that and writing music at the same time, like that shit is crazy. Like it's a feeling, you know what I mean? Cause New York's like, that's the birth of hip hop. You feel me? That's where all that comes from.
But it said if you make it in New York, you can make it in anywhere.
Hell yeah, that's for surely. Like I want to do a show in New York this year for sure.
So have you been doing a lot of shows?
Nah, the first time I ever performed was a concert that I put on with my boy Ryan. Mm-hmm. Shout out Stoles Promotions. And I performed like the first song I ever dropped. Actually, I performed my verse on that with my producer Tommy, and that was kind of like my first performance, but like on a serious like performance note with like my own set. Yeah, that's gonna be tonight in Fresno. I'm gonna be opening up for Young Pinch and Lil Pete.
You excited for that or what?
Yeah, it's a lot of mixed emotions to be honest, cause I don't know how these people gonna soak in my music, but I know I'm gonna kill that shit. So.
How was it performing for the first time? What was that feeling?
It was unexpected because I didn't know I was going to perform. They kind of just brought me up there.
Shit.
But it was fun, to be honest, bro. Like, because we actually got reactions out of people and they were really, like, feeling it. Even though I hate that song, but they were feeling it. And that was fun, though.
So what's, like, three key takeaways you want people to take from you? Like 3 words of advice.
Probably... Damn, that's a hard question. Just advice-wise, just be determined. Always stay like bringing new things to the table for yourself, and just be smart about what you do. You know, like don't make no dumb moves or nothing. Just don't fuck yourself up. You know what I mean? Just stay straight with it.
So how old are you right now?
I just turned 21 actually.
So if you could go back in time, tell your 18-year-old 1 word of advice, what would you tell yourself?
Don't trust these bitches. Straight up, bro. No, like you meant on like some music shit.
No, like just in general, bro. But that's all.
That's for sure one of them though, for real. Like, but yeah.
It's like another one you tell yourself.
Fucking. Don't change anything don't change the path, because the path that you're on was there for a reason. Yeah. You feel me? Chase all them feelings that you got, like them passions that you're gonna get. Chase that shit. Don't look back. Don't give a fuck what anybody gotta say. Do your thing and chase that shit for the rest of your life.
Chase that shit. Don't chase these bitches.
You feel me?
So where can people find you on social media?
I got a website that basically got everything. I got my YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, Twitter. It don't got my Snapchat. But that would be musicbythird.com. That's MUSICKBY, third spelled out, not like with the 3.com. And if you go to there, like you get some on Instagram, all that. Everything's basically the same. It's all Music by Third.
For sure. So any last words to the people?
Shit, fuck with my shit, bro. Stop sleeping just cause y'all be hating. You feel me? Like, there's some dope music out there. Fuck with me. I might be in your city next.
All right, bye. All right, so life is all about flavor. Remember to add your own taste in everyday life.
Hell yeah. You already know. Shout out the Flavor Podcast and Reyes. Feel me?
Dab. Gang. Yee.